Hey, I'm back. And yes, I'm still wearing the same thing I've been wearing for 2 days. That'd be pretty bad, wouldn't it? Although I have done that before, but no, I'm here once and I'm just recording a few sessions all at the same time. So yeah, I'm things aren't that bad that I haven't changed anything. So, all right. Well, anyway, we're going to continue with James and the Giant Peach, and it seemed like last time was sort of a good place to stop. There was no real action going on. The green grasshopper was kind of serenading the rest of his friends with a little concert, and he's quite a musician. He sounds like a violinist, and he gave us kind of an education on on the difference between the short-horned grasshoppers and the long-horned ones. And so anyway, I can get comfortable. I'm going to sit here for a while. All right, so we are on chapter 25. We're going to go 25, 26, and 27. Rather long chapters, so so get comfortable, and yeah, and we're gonna see there's a new problem that's going to be coming up here, and it involves clouds. All right, so here we go. Number 25, chapter 25. James didn't want the earthworm and the centipede to get into another argument, so he said quickly to the earthworm, "Tell me, do you play any kind of music?" "No, but I do other things, some of which are really quite extraordinary," said the earthworm said, brightening. "Such as what?" asked James. "Well," the earthworm said, "next time you stand in a field or in a garden and you just look around you, just remember this, that every grain of soil on the surface of the land, every little bit of soil that you can see has actually passed through the body of an earthworm during the last few years. Isn't it wonderful?" "It's not possible," said James. "My dear boy, it's a fact." "You mean you actually swallow dirt?" "Like mad," the earthworm said proudly, "in one end and out the other." "But what's the point?" "What do you mean, what's the point? Why do you do it?" "We do it for the farmers. It makes the soil nice and light and crumbly so that things will grow well in it." You really want to know that? If you really want to know, farmers couldn't do it without us. We are essential. We are vital. So it's only natural that a farmer should love us. He loves us even more, I believe, than he loves ladybugs. "The ladybug," James said, turning to her, do they love you too?" "I am told they do," the ladybug answered modestly, blushing all over. "In fact, I understand that in some places farmers love us so much they go out and buy live ladybugs by the sackful, and they take them home and set them free in their fields. They are very pleased when they have lots of ladybugs in the fields." "But why?" James asked. "Because we gobble up all the nasty insects that are gobbling up the farmers' crops." Boy, I have a problem with that. I need some ladybugs. Miss Ladybug, I need you, because I showed you my garden, and one of the things that we have growing is eggplant, and we've got these little aphids that are attacking our eggplant, and boy, they're just munching away on it. So I need some ladybugs to come to our rescue here. They are very pleased when, okay, but why? Oh wait, I already read all this. "I think you're wonderful," James told her. "Can I ask you one special question?" "Please do." What is really true that I can... Is it really true that you can tell how old a ladybug is by counting her spots?" "Oh no, that's just a children's story," the ladybug said. "We never change our spots. Some of us, of course, have been born with more spots than others, but we never change them. The number of spots that a ladybug has is simply a way of showing which branch of the family she belongs to. I, for example, as you can see for yourself, am a 9-spotted ladybug. I am very lucky. It's a fine thing to be." "It is indeed," said James, gazing at the beautiful scarlet shell and the 9 black spots on it. "On the other hand," the ladybug went on, "some of my less fortunate relatives have no more than 2 spots altogether on their shells. Can you imagine that? They are called 2-spotted ladybugs. A very common and ill-mannered they are, I regret to say. And then, of course, you have 5-spotted ladybugs as well. They are much nicer than the 2-spotted ladybugs, the 2-spotted ones, although I myself find them a trifle too saucy for my taste. But are all of them loved? Said James. Yes, the ladybug answered quietly. They are all of them loved. It seems that almost everyone around here is loved, said James. How nice it is. Not me, cried the centipede happily. I am a pest, and I am proud of it. Oh, I am such a shocking, dreadful pest. Hear, hear, the earthworm said. But what about you, Miss Spider? asked James. Aren't you also much loved in the world? Alas, no, Miss Spider answered, sighing long and loud. I am not loved at all, and yet I do nothing but good. All day long I catch flies and mosquitoes in my webs, and I am a decent person. I know you are, said James. It's very unfair the way we spiders are treated, Miss Spider went on. Why, only last week, your own horrible aunt, Sponge, flushed my poor dear father down the plug hole in the bathtub. Oh, how awful, cried James. I watched the whole thing from the corner up in the ceiling, Miss Spider murmured. It was ghastly. We never saw him again. A large tear rolled down her cheek and fell with a splash onto the floor. She's all upset. But is it not very unlucky to kill a spider? James inquired, looking around at the others. Of course it's unlucky to kill a spider, shouted the centipede. It's about the unluckiest thing anyone could do. Look at what happened to Aunt Sponge after she had done that. Bump! We all felt it, didn't we? And the peach went right over her. Oh, what a lovely bump it must have been for you, Miss Spider. It was very satisfactory, Miss Spider answered. Will you sing us a song about it, please? So the centipede did. And Sponge was terrifically fat and tremendously flabby at that. Her tummy and waist were soggy as paste and worse on the place where she sat. So she said, I must make myself flat. I must make myself sleek as a cat. I shall do without dinner to make myself thinner, but along came the peach, oh, the beautiful peach, and maybe her made her far thinner than that. That was very nice, Miss Spider said. Now sing one about Aunt Spiker. With pleasure, the centipede answered, grinning. Aunt Spiker was thin as a wire and as dry as a bone, only drier. She was so long and thin, if you carried her in, you could use her for poking the fire. I must do something quickly, she frowned. I want fat. I want pound upon pound. I must eat lots and lots of marshmallows and chalks, and then I'll start bulging all around. Now, I don't really have time for this, but the rhyming pattern here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but the rhyming pattern here would be A, B, B, A. Remember this from last time, from our last packet when we were talking about this. This is what the centipede is actually singing is what's known as a limerick. Okay, and limericks are great examples of a repeating pattern in rhyme. Okay, so listen to the next one around. Listen to how the first two lines rhyme, the third and fourth lines rhyme, and then the fifth line rhymes with the first two. Okay, let's listen to this. Hopefully this is, yeah, okay. Oh, maybe this one isn't going to do it. Oh, well. Ah, yes, she announced, I have sworn that I'll alter my figure by dawn. Cried the peach with a snigger. I'll alter your figure and iron her out on the lawn. See, it was that same pattern, A, B, B, A. Everybody clapped and called out for more songs from the centipede, who at once launched into his favorite song of all. Once upon a time when pigs were swine, and monkeys chewed tobacco, and hens took snuff, they all made themselves tough, and the ducks quacko, and porcupines drank fiery wines, and the goats ate tapioca, and old Mother Hubbard, she got stuck in the... Look out, centipede, cried James, look out. And that was chapter 26. The centipede, who had begun dancing wildly around the deck during the song, had suddenly gotten too close. to the downward curving edge of the peach, and for 3 awful seconds he stood there teetering on the brink, swinging his legs frantically in circles in an effort to stop himself from falling over backwards into space. But before anyone could reach him, down he went. He gave a shriek of terror as he fell, and the others, rushing to the side, peering over, saw his poor long body tumbling over and over through the air, getting smaller and smaller until it was out of sight. "Silkworm!" yelled James. "Quick, start spinning!" The silkworm sighed as if she was very tired from spinning all that silk from the seagulls, but she did as she was told. "I'm going down after him," cried James, grabbing the silk string as he started coming out of the silkworm, tied to his waist. "The rest of you hold on to the silkworm so I don't pull her over with me. And later on, if you feel 3 tugs on the string, start hauling me up again." He jumped and he went tumbling down after the centipede, down, down, down towards the sea below. And you can't imagine how quickly the silkworm had to spin to keep up with the speed of the fall. "We'll never see either one of them again," cried the ladybug. Oh dear, just when we were all so happy too." Miss Spider and the glowworm and the ladybug all began to cry, and so did the earthworm. "I didn't care one bit about the centipede," the earthworm sobbed, "but I really did love that little boy." Very softly, the old green grasshopper started to play a funeral march on the violin. And when he had finished, everyone, including himself, was in a flood of tears. Suddenly, there came 3 sharp tugs on the rope. "Pull!" said the old green grasshopper. "Everyone get behind me and pull." This was about a mile of string there needed to be about a mile of string hauled in, but they all worked like mad. And at the end, all over the side of the peach, there appeared a dripping wet James with a dripping wet centipede clinging to him tightly with all 42 of his legs. "He saved me," gasped the centipede. "He swam around in the middle of the ocean until he found me." "My dear boy," the old green grasshopper said, patting James on the back, "I do congratulate you." "My boots!" cried the centipede. "Just look at my precious boots. They're ruined by the water." "Be quiet," the earthworm said. "You're lucky to be alive." Are we still going up and up?" asked James. "We certainly are," answered the old green grasshopper. "And it's beginning to get dark." "I know. It'll soon be night." Why don't we all go down below and keep warm until tomorrow morning?" Miss Spider suggested. "No," the green grasshopper said. "I think that would be very unwise. It would be safer if we stay up here through the night and keep watch. Then, if anything happens, we shall anyway be ready for it." All right, chapter 27, last chapter for today. Oh yeah, here we go. James Henry Trotter and his companions crouched close together at the top of the peach as night began to close in around them. Clouds like mountains oh boy, the lights went out. Hold on one second. Well, that's weird. The power just went out. Is power out at your place? Weird. Well, it's pretty dark in here, so I don't know if I'm going to get to chapter 27. This might be a good place for us to stop. So we'll try to make up this chapter. We'll get to chapter 27 perhaps tomorrow. 27, 28, 29. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Hey, you got to roll with it, right? Got to roll with it. So I hope you guys are doing great. Love you guys, and you guys take care. Have fun out there, and we will talk to you later. Bye.